Hello yarn lovers! Today I'm going to show you how to crochet the bobble stitch. So if you're looking something that has amazing texture, then this stitch is the one. It creates these beautiful bobbles on the front. So much texture to this stitch, and then the back looks very flat, it looks very different on the back. The bobbles are actually worked from the wrong side of your work. This one is a bit of a yarn eater, it does use a lot of yarn, but quite often you will just use the bobbles in alternate rows and you won't have like the whole fabric in the bobble, so it depends how you use it really. So I'm just using some Aran weight yarn from my stash and a 5mm hook today, but you can use any yarn you like. So I'm going to start by putting a slip knot on my hook. And we're going to chain any even number, so you can just count in twos. So just count in twos until your chain is as wide as you want your project to be. So if you're making a blanket, chain an even number as wide as you want your blanket to be, or if you're making a scarf, an even number as wide as you want your scarf to be. And we're going to start off with a row of single crochet. So we're starting in the second chain from our hook. So there's our first chain. This is our second chain. So we start with a single crochet there, and then we're going to go ahead and put a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. So the bobble stitch is worked over a 2-row repeat. It's very, very easy to remember though. So I'm just putting a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. So once we get to the end of the row, I'm going to chain one and turn. This chain one does not count as a stitch. Now in this very first stitch we're going to put a single crochet, and in the next stitch we're going to work our bobble stitch. Now the bobble stitch is a 5 double crochet cluster. So you're going to yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you're going to do this 4 more times. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in total. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all of those loops. Now this is a 5 double crochet cluster stitch, but because we're working from the wrong side of our fabric and we're putting a single crochet at the beginning and then we're going to put another single crochet afterwards, what this does is it pulls that stitch down the height of the stitch, it bends the stitch over and makes it pop out on the other side. So this is why it's called a bobble stitch. So I'll show you the bobble stitch again. We're going to yarn over, your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to do this 4 more times. For a total of 5 double crochet. So you're just working the first part of the double crochet stitch. So then you'll yarn over and pull through all of those loops and then single crochet into the next stitch. And we're just going to repeat this across now. So bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch, and single crochet. So you go ahead and carry on with your repeats until you get to the end of the row. I'm coming up to the end of the row. I've got 2 stitches left to work into, so we're going to do another bobble stitch. And then end with a single crochet in that last stitch. Oops, hang on a minute, I don't think I've got hooking the stitch properly. There we go. And then chain 1 and turn, and we're ready to start row 3. Now that chain 1 again, it doesn't count as a stitch. So in this very first stitch, which is the single crochet, the last single crochet from the last row, we're going to put another single crochet. And then on top of the bobble stitch, that's just here, we're going to put another single crochet. So we're just simply going to single crochet all the way across. So single crochet in the single crochet from the previous row, single crochet in the top of the bobble stitch. And we're just going to repeat this all the way across. Very, very simple 2-row repeat. And don't worry if, as you can see, it's very curly at the moment. As you keep working, it will flatten itself out, so don't worry about this. So simply putting a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. So we're ending with a single crochet on top of that last bobble, and then our final single crochet is our last stitch. And then we will chain 1 and turn. And now we're ready to do our next bobble row. So you're simply going to repeat those 2 rows. So I'll just show you the bobble row once more. We start with a single crochet in the first stitch, then a bobble stitch in the next stitch, which is 5 double crochet cluster. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over and pull through all of those loops. And then single crochet in the next stitch, and we're simply going to repeat this all the way across. Just coming up to the last 2 stitches, so we've got a bobble stitch in this stitch here, and then we finish with a single crochet in that last stitch. Chain 1 and turn, and we're ready now for our single crochet row. So you're just going to repeat those last 2 rows, and once you've worked a few rows, it will start to get a lot less curly, and you're going to end up with something like this beautiful bobbly textured crochet. This would make such a nice baby blanket. I've seen jumpers and cardigans made out of this stitch. It's great for dishcloths and scrubbies. So I hope you enjoy learning this new stitch. Don't forget to check out my stitch tutorial playlist. I add more stitches every week. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.